Hey, how are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for taking the time to interview with us. I'm just
For
gonna
sure.
start off by just what's your name? So it's okay, actually don't need your name. What's your age, your ethnicity, and your education level?
27. Italian, Irish, American mixed descent, I guess. And I have a bachelor's in music.
Awesome. Cool. Um, we just wanted to kind of touch base before we go through our presentation here. Again, like we're just going to be asking you to use our platform. It's called Mixer. The idea is that we can combine some playlists and stream them. We're gonna
Cool.
we're gonna be giving you a session about like, we're gonna have a collaborative session where you're gonna take two different streaming services and then you're gonna create a shared playlist and then you're gonna try to add songs to it. So like and we'll get there, but so and ask questions or tell me where you get stuck and just kind of walk through your process. Could you tell me firstly, like how do you like listen to music mostly? Yeah.
Um, Primarily just through like my main streaming service, which is Apple Music. But I kind of bounce around between that and like YouTube for like discoverability on YouTube through their kind of like trained algorithm of, music that I get recommended to on there. SoundCloud here and there for more like niche, like I would say like demo type stuff or like things that I wouldn't necessarily be able to find on streaming. Things with like, remixes or like things that might have like a copyright issue of some sort, kind of just bounce around. But mostly it's like Apple Music is my primary platform for a couple of
Oh,
years for sure.
okay. Awesome. And I just wanted to get an idea. Do you ever share music with others? And also, like, have you listened to music in a shared setting? Can you talk about the time? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with my friends, it's pretty much kind of like, share straight from a platform, like just direct links through like, iMessage or just texting things back and forth initially. Um, that's when I, if I find something cool that I like, I'll just like send it to a friend or something like that, and then we'll, go from there. But it's not necessarily like a collaborative thing, whereas like, you know, something like with Apple Music or I think Spotify also has like a you can join a playlist, but it's all on that one platform. So I've only been in a couple instances where people are like, hey, like, if you want to play a song, queue something up if you have Apple Music or something else. But I've been in the same scenario where I can't join it because I don't have their shared platform as well. So usually
Okay.
like yeah, I mean a lot of my friends are I feel like more towards the Apple Music side of things, but it really just depends on like who I'm with, honestly.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Could you, all right, just a second here. I just wanted you to kind of get familiar with our layout. If you don't mind holding on a second.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
gonna, yeah, 1 second here. We will, okay, I'm gonna crop it out. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm just trying to,
Oh,
yeah, I'm trying to do it. I pressed the button accidentally and oh one, my God. How do I get back to the ah
like a monitor thing? Are you switching between monitors?
no, I'm trying to get you back to like that little
There you
okay,
go.
hold on. I gotta do it again. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, can you see me now?
I can, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're back to the interview. Sorry about that.
All
Um,
good.
okay. Yep, we actually never cut out. I can just edit that out. Okay, so now let's get started. Imagine we're like now starting a new like scene that's going to be cropped. Okay, let's get started. So now I want you to look at our mixer playlist. Let's start at page one. This is going to be our home screen.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk about what you see, what you would press? You can now kind of take control. So this is your home page. Imagine you've just like typed in mixer.com on the browser, right?
Mhm.
Right. It doesn't lead us anywhere right now, but let's say it led us to this page on the right here, mixer.com. What would you
Cool.
what does it feel like? What would you do? Yeah.
Let's see. Off of first impressions here, um, I'm trying to kind of get a list of like, or kind of get a grasp of a little bit what to interact with first, right? I feel like I kind of want to hit, just click into the search tab and start to look up, artists or things that that I like. I'm also intrigued by the curated playlist as well, and kind of see how that like, you know, what's being offered in those. I Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued with these play buttons or these like skip forward or the shuffle feature. I wonder if that's like uh, shuffling like all of these curated playlists together, or am I shuffling? Is it just like a randomizer between all platforms where I would just be exposed to like a new song or something like that? Um, yeah, I mean, and the connect to platform button also seems like an intriguing start as well. Like, does it like sync up? Would it sync up to my like library of some sorts? That's kind of like um, my first
Okay.
impressions initially.
Okay. Let's do this. Why don't you go ahead and start by clicking but why don't you start by signing in? So we'll assume that you know you're gonna log in. So let's
Mhm.
actually go here. So you're here now. Sorry, one second. You're here. You've signed in, right? You're all good.
Okay,
Now you're back to you're now you're in the signed in state. All right. So let's
gotcha.
start by doing let's start by connecting your platforms. What platforms do you have?
Apple Music, Apple Music, and um, yeah, I have Apple Music. I have multiple SoundCloud accounts for different purposes. So
Okay.
um,
For
just for
this
this
sake of
sake of
this
yeah.
experiment, yeah, just this introduction, would you be able to work with Spotify and SoundCloud?
Sure. I would have to retrieve some password details, honestly,
Well, we these are
if you
just
need to log in.
no, don't worry. These are just images. So we're just playing
Oh,
around.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
We're
okay,
just
okay,
going
okay.
through we're not actually going through the buttons. We're just like
Right. Okay,
putting it
okay. Yeah,
through.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. SoundCloud. SoundCloud's great.
Okay. So go ahead and click SoundCloud with your mouse. Yeah.
Like the plus button or the
Anywhere you like. Go ahead.
cool.
Interact with it. Yeah.
There we go. All right, just double clicked.
Okay. Cool. I I actually just gave you access to the remote control, by the way. So let's say you've done that, so I can see your mouse as you're moving around. So now you see what difference do you see between the interaction as you've gone from here to here by clicking on SoundCloud.
I mean, yeah, I mean the light purple turns to like a dark purple, showing that you've engaged with that button. And the plus button is also transferred over to like a door opening icon, or like a door open with a an arrow leading it towards it. That's
Okay. Okay. And then could we add one more platform? Which platform would you like to add? Spotify or YouTube Music?
YouTube Music.
Okay, so we click YouTube Music and let's go here. So now we've added YouTube Music.
Hmm.
Uh, all right, so now let's go back to, okay, let's say we've got our platforms done. Did that process make sense?
Hmm.
Like, you just add two platforms. Could
Yeah, yeah,
we,
yeah.
what would you like to do next here? What would you do next here?
I would like to access my either personal library on either platform or my liked songs or something like that, or history at least.
Okay, got it. So where would you like here when you're at this page, what would you press? What do you like?
Oh, I, I, I'd press again the open door icon leading in with the arrow. I think that intuitively means that I'm going to be now um, engaging and going into YouTube Music itself.
I see. Yeah, that's a really good idea. We don't actually okay, that's a really good idea. Well, for the sake of this, we don't actually have that built in yet. So could we go back if that's all
Sure.
right? Yeah, let's go back. So going back would lead us to, if you don't mind here, just a second. Um,
For sure.
yeah. Yeah. So going back leads us into our homepage again, and that's where
Mhm.
you can see our platforms are connected, right? So
Okay, cool.
yeah, we're in that state where our platforms are connected. If you happen to click this button, would you mind doing that? This shows you your account settings. Um, yeah, and for now, we're still going to go through that task where we will have you. Um, our goal is to have you try to add one specific song to a new playlist that, you're going to try to create a new playlist and add songs to that. So
Gotcha.
perhaps, yeah. So now you're in this homepage. For the sake of it, we we actually let's say we give you a link, right? Here's you
Right.
go to Spotify, you click that plus button, and you get this link here. Um, Let me show you the link so you can get an idea of what it looks like. So that's the link. You're getting the
Yeah.
sample you link, you get it from Spotify.com, and you post that into this thing. So why don't you do that? Just try to pretend to post that link, and then whenever you hit click go, just imagine it.
Gotcha. All
Yeah,
right. Let's control V or command V, command C, command V, and then
hit enter.
um, yeah, hit enter, paste, boom.
Okay. Okay, cool. So then that will lead us to that'll lead us to one of our new pages here, which would be one second here. I'm sorry. So that's going to lead us to um, sorry, Paula.
You're
Um,
good, man. So you can chop this clip up.
yeah, I'm gonna chop it up. I have to do a lot of chopping. They won't actually see the interviews. No one will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more so just like you try to get an idea of the process. Let's do this because the scenario, bro, there's an issue with it.
Okay. Are your slides out of order?
No, the slides are there's no way. It doesn't have all the states that exist. There's so many states, hundreds of pages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have you start from here, go down to here, go here, add some platforms, add some platforms, add some platforms. And then your platforms will be connected. And then from here you can go to. So look, dude, there's already an issue. You see that? The search to playlist doesn't have a button. Can you tell? Like, where does it go? I don't know. Once you press this, does it go to upload playlist or create new playlist?
I don't know, dude.
You know what
You
I
have to
mean to
tell me.
say?
Right.
Okay, the view all playlist leads somewhere, but not the searching playlist.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll start again. Okay, so it's gonna chop this up. Hey, how are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well. All right, so we're gonna go through some interactions here. I want you to start off by knowing that this is our Mixer platform, and I am going to have you first of all sign in.
Gotcha. Okay. Click sign in there.
Okay, cool. So now you've kind of signed in, and next thing I'm gonna have you do is our goal is here is to make two playlists. Our goal here is to make a playlist from combined streaming platforms. So I'm gonna have
Hmm.
you connect to some platforms of your choice. So go ahead and click to connect some platform. Okay.
Yeah.
And then secondly, all right, I want you to try to connect to a platform of your choice. So pick two that you like. So go through and interact with them.
Yeah. I'll start with SoundCloud here and then YouTube Music as well.
Okay. So it looks like we can do only one at a time. So let's go to SoundCloud. You have now collected to the SoundCloud stage. So that looks good. How about you go ahead and also add one more platform that you like.
Let's just YouTube Music. I use more.
Okay, got it. So now you've connected to SoundCloud and YouTube Music. As you can see, imagine that this is colored darker, right? Cool.
Right.
And then what we're gonna do is, would you like to go back or would you like to press this button? Why don't you try to press this button to go into the platforms?
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I just pressed it.
Okay, cool. Now that you've done that, let's go and all right. So this is the platforms are connected. These are the playlists. Imagine this is your account, and this is what exists in your YouTube account and your Spotify account. So why don't you try to,
Gotcha.
these are the playlists that have come up. Um,
Cool.
what,
Yeah, I'm interested in this like chill, um, chill mix, I think, right
okay,
there. So I'll just
okay,
press the plus button on that.
okay, awesome. So as you've done that, okay, that should
Gotcha.
come up and um okay. As you've done the plus button, it opens up a new playlist for you. Do you see that? It opens up that playlist. You can see as you can
Cool.
see on your end. Okay.
Gotcha.
Um, what do you want to do with that playlist? Do you want to add some tracks? Do you want to add some songs? Or you want to go ahead and yeah, tell me what you want to do. As now you're like kind of modifying that playlist to add to the
Yeah,
mixer.
I'll add a track here. Click the
Okay.
green plus button.
Okay. Got it. So we're gonna imagine that this is another track and you are going to add it. So we'll toggle this on, right? Imagine this is also toggled on. You add the
Cool,
track,
cool.
and then what would you like to do next?
Um, Play it potentially, or keep adding new songs as well in the queue.
Yeah, okay, got it. So you want to play it. So how would you do that? How would you play it? What would you press here to play the?
Um, I think I would hit save the
Okay,
playlist, and then once it's
okay,
saved, press play. I imagine.
yeah. So let's say this is your playlist. It goes back and it becomes now, you change the name, you modify it, it becomes one of these, right?
Gotcha.
What can you do next?
It seems like these green play buttons on the right bottom corner will just like start it off.
Yeah. Okay. And that's our um okay, now you're here. What kind of, what do you
Cool.
wanna, yeah, what do you wanna do?
Um, Seems like there's a cool aspect I can shuffle here, and mix the songs contained within that playlist, or kind of skip through
Mhm.
um, here and there. Um, Seems like there's also on the right side, since I selected SoundCloud as well, um, that's an opportunity to stream these exact songs on that platform as well. That's kind of what I'm picking up on.
Okay. Got it. Awesome. Do you mind kind of like, let's say you're listening to some songs, you're having some issues. Um, where would you go? Like, let's say you wanted to go back to firstly your home screen. How would you do that?
My home screen. Uh, well, I can either click the intuitively, I would like to click like the mixer logo at the top left, or if
Hmm.
I had an issue with the song playing, I would edit the playlist, which is below the like purple left portion at the bottom as well.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So that like kind of gives you songs and well, what if you
Right. So
yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you out.
uh, yeah, I mean that's intuitively where I it's nice to have some flexibility, not be locked into one thing and being able to edit the playlist as you go.
Yeah. What would you do here once you're kind of at this page?
Well, if I was coming back and if I wanted to add something new, I would add a new track. Seems like there's also the three line bars on the left. I'm able to kind of toggle and switch the order in which songs are played, which can be fun. Um, I don't know if that would, if that's an actual use, but that's kind of where my brain goes. Or if I wanted to take a song off, I would hit the kind of the delete button on the right as well.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, got it. And then what about um got it. Let's say you're back here, you're here, and I gave you, for example, like a sample. Let's say you want to bring a new playlist in from a streaming service you like. What would you
Gotcha.
do once you're here? Or
I would copy that playlist and see either, yeah, it seems like to engage with a new playlist, I would either have to go back to the home screen and then click the search tab and paste that link directly. Um, or hit pull playlists at the top, which is also a tab at the top, um, which intuitively kind of makes me think that, okay, well, I can pull playlists from another platform. So let me post this link after I click that.
okay, got it. What would you like to do? What are you like, what would you do? Which one would you like to press?
I think pull playlists, um, and then um,
Yeah. So let's
yeah,
say,
like pull playlists and then paste in the search feature.
okay, interesting. Yeah, I like that. Okay, got it. Okay. And then what about once you do that, would you, let's say you've pulled a playlist that, you search it, the search leads you to this page, right? You click upload, and then you get routed back to this page. And then let's say it's this one now. What would you do to,
Mhm.
yeah, what would you do to, what if you wanted to like, yeah, play
Yeah.
that? What, or what if, yeah, what would you do there?
I would add it firstly. I would hit the plus button and add it to either my playlist or library, if that's also the term.
Okay, got it. All right. Okay. And then just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind. Um,
For sure.
okay. So just want you to be like, give us your opinion. Um, kind of, can you tell us like what did you like about the plot?
Mhm.
No, 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 one second. Um, when you wanted to move from the pull playlist page to the update mixer playlist page, what button or element on the page did you assume would take you there? Why that one? So
Um, yeah, um, I'm so sorry. Could you rephrase that question one more time, or if I could read a
yeah,
question?
yeah. Sorry about that.
All good. So you're asking from when
If
I
you
wanted
want,
to move from the pull playlist. Gotcha.
yeah. So if you wanted to go from here
Mhm.
to kind of like this page, like how did that process feel? Like, does it feel confusing? Like, how do you think you would,
No, I
go
mean,
from?
if I'm using the search feature and the new playlist populates like on the screen and adds a new icon, um, I feel like it's pretty intuitive and like smooth to hit the plus button and bring it in as as one of my own playlists or into my library
Okay.
through Mixer.
If you had to teach a new user, like for example, your friend, how to,
hmm
use Mixer to create a shared playlist, what is one like fundamental rule you would tell them about how the system works? Like what's difficult about it? Yeah, what's confusing about it? Yeah, just talk us through like how the
All
interaction
right.
felt.
Yeah. I mean, from like just first impressions, I mean, from the homepage, like the search feature is already available even without even signing in. I mean, I would tell people to, firstly sign in and then you can have quicker access to to your own playlists and library as well. I feel like, maybe in the heat of the moment, some people might bypass that step and just go straight into the search feature because some people have, like very uniquely titled playlists that are probably easily searchable, and kind of just jump straight in. I feel like some people sometimes, for the sake of time or let's say in the moment, kind of bypass the login feature, but I feel like you'd have a better like user experience by connecting cross platforms initially.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of my first impression, but also that having the search feature first and foremost, I think allows people to engage quicker and to search for things that they're, directly looking for,
Interesting.
you know.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. That's all of the interview that I've had. Thanks for taking the time to learn about Mixer. But
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Excited to see what